posting period variant. Variant. Okay, it is one of the configuration of variant principal concept. Okay, so EPV, posting period variant, is defined at client or global level.
We cannot see your screen.
Don't you see my screen?
No. It is not showing whatever that you are sharing. It's showing your people's screen.
So, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Right. So, you are able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So, posting period variant is defined at client or global level. Okay. So, same PPV can be assigned to multiple company codes. Same PPV can be assigned to multiple company codes. Okay. So here, those company codes subject to, here I'll continue, same can be assigned to multiple company codes. Those company codes, company codes are where you wanted to apply, same controls. Okay. Normally, in real time, okay. So in real time, every company code it has its own posting period variant. Okay. So we would always recommend to propose separate PPV for each company code. Okay. So especially this assigning the different fiscal year variant for each company code arises where company is following the different financial year. Okay. Or where company is registered in different locations. Let's say we have the 3 company codes. Okay. So India, Canada and China. Okay. Users are different and timings are different and financial years are different. Okay. So let's say as per my business requirement, I wanted to close as per India legal requirements. We have to close the books on or before 5th of the every month. Okay, I do not want to allow the users to post after the 5th of the every month. Okay, so but whereas in US, so their legal books or their books, closing books, they can be allowed till 8th of the month. Okay, so in that case, if you apply the same posting period variant, okay, let's say you have closed as per your India as per India Company Code, you already closed books. That means you already closed periods, posting periods. And how do you post the entries? How do you perform the closing activities? It is not possible. In such a case, okay, what we would recommend, so better to have separate posting period variant for each company code. Okay, so that they can control open and closed periods as per their business requirements. Okay, maybe depreciation run. So on or before 3rd of the month, they have to complete the depreciation run. But whereas other country, let's say that is the as per the India, we have to close the depreciation run for the all the assets. We have to close on or before the 3rd of the month. But as per the Canada, they have to run the depreciation run as per their requirements. They can run the depreciation run so till 7th of the month. Okay, if you close, if you are having the same posting period variant, okay, if you already closed, so then how do you post the depreciation run? Because period should be open. Okay, otherwise system it won't allow to post the closing entries. In such a case, okay, so to avoid that situations, what we would recommend, we would always recommend to have separate posting period variant for each company code. Okay, so we are having same, of course, we can assign the same posting period variant across all the company codes, but subject to where you want, let's say, in India, you are having 5 company codes. Okay, so each, all company codes, they wanted to apply the same controls. So in such a case, not an issue to have same posting period variant for all company codes. Okay, here posting period variant, it controls which period is in open, which period is in to be closed. Okay, subject to where you want to control, apply the same controls across all the company codes, then you can assign the same posting period variant. Okay, so that's how why we will propose this having the separate posting variant for each company code. Okay, so posting period variant, PPV, it controls each period is to be an open and closed. Okay, so it controls, okay, specific period is to be open, or we can control or it allows to be open, specific period, or we can also open more than one period also, more than one period. Okay, it controls normal posting periods, and also special posting periods. Okay, so PPV having, so this is posting period variant is different and open and closed. Okay, of course the concept is the same. I am giving summary at posting period variant and open and closed periods. Okay, open and closed period. Okay, it controls normal posting periods and special posting periods. Okay, possible to control periods to be open at specific specific account type level. Account type level. Okay. So below account types, it controls below account types can be allowed to be open or closed. Okay, so we can control at assets level below the account types. I would say that assets, okay, customers, so let us see that OB52. Okay, this is the screen, I would say that. Okay, so A nothing but assets, then E nothing but, so this is SAP defined, D nothing but customers. D denotes that customers, and K denotes vendors. Vendors, and M denotes that material. Material. Okay. Why we have given these controls? Okay. Yes, nothing but GL accounts. GL accounts. Slowly we will understand these account types. Okay. GL accounts. Okay. We have given account type controls. Okay. In order you can control the periods to be open and closed for assets, customers, vendors, materials, and GL accounts. Indeed, I would say that these are the submodules. Each account type it represents one submodule. Okay, assets nothing but asset accounting postings, customers nothing but accounts receivables postings, vendors nothing but accounts payables postings, materials nothing but inventory postings, GL accounts nothing but general ledger accounting. Similarly, contract accounts, it is a separate module. Okay, so that means you can control which period is to be open for the specific module. Okay, let's say I wanted to allow, so let's say for all accrual postings or month-end closing postings. Okay, so our business wanted to close all GL postings by on or before 2nd of the month. Okay, what they do? So for specific account type we can control here by using this variant. So we will allow till 2nd all accrual postings to be to be post. Users have to post all month-end closure manual JVs or post-closing entries they have to close for the month of January on or before 2nd. So after the GL accounts, okay, so we will allow the vendors. After the vendors, we will allow to the customer, and similarly assets. Okay, like that we can control, okay, periods to be open and closed, okay, for the previous period. So especially these controls, let's say if you don't have this control, let's say if you don't control the periods, okay, users will keep on posting for the previous period adjustment entries. Then where do you stop? So as per your management reporting, you have to compile the statements, your P&L and balance sheet for monthly statements. You have to you have to prepare your financial statements on or before 10th of the month. Okay, if you don't have such controls, okay, is it possible to prepare the financial statements? No, right? So in order to control that, so SAP has provided us posting period variant. Okay, so posting period variant you can control at account types level. So and also here you can see there are two intervals. Okay, namely from period and to period. So first interval it would control the normal posting periods, and second interval from period two and two period. You can see this is used for the to control the special posting periods. Okay, so in posting periods we have two intervals. People will ask you these questions in interviews. Okay, how many intervals we have in open and closed periods? Okay, we have to say that. So there are two intervals. One interval is meant for normal posting periods. Another interval is meant for special posting periods. Okay, we can open specific period. We can also allow to we can open single period. Okay, let's say if I keep here, so only one. So mean to say that, so this period is only will be open. If I say that here 1 to 2, okay, so this is nothing but first period is open and second period is open. So that means you can open specific period, you can also open for more than specific period. You can allow to open the period from two, okay, in intervals as well. So normally in most of the cases in the real time we will allow both previous period and current period. Previous period only for few days, that means first week of the month, because in order to close the closing entries, in order to post the closing entries. After first week, what we would say that now we are in the second period. Okay, let's say as per the January calendar year, we are in the second period. We'll keep the from period, and from two periods we'll keep the same period. So users will not be allowed to post the for closed period. Okay, here what we need to understand, what we need to understand, posting periods are used to open and close the periods, and as well we can control the to open the periods and close periods for specific period. We can also open the and close the more than one period. Okay, so PPV can control normal posting periods. It will also control the special posting periods, and also if you want to control the at each account type level to be in open and close, we can control. So that's whole functionality of the posting period variants. Okay, so in real time we will get, okay, so especially if you are working in development projects, okay, where if let's say there are from the sales and distribution model, sales people trying to create the billing document, if the period is not been open, so is it possible to post the billing document? No, it would throw the error that so financial period is already closed. What they do, so they create the request and or they reach out the financial consultant, FI consultant, they'll ask the FI consultant, please open the period. Okay, so in that case you must be aware where you have to open the periods. Okay, that is the real time. In most of the cases in the development project, even in the real time also in the support projects also, where already SAP is implemented, you are working in support project, where also sometime what happens, okay, so by default, I mean mistakenly close all the periods. Okay, so now users trying to perform the depreciation run, but because of the periods closed, they are not allowed to run the depreciation. So it will throw the error that already FI periods are closed. Okay, they create the request or they reach out the FI team to and will ask the open the FI periods. Okay, that's a whole functionality of the PPV. Posting period variant. Okay, and open and close periods. Okay, it is used to open and close the periods for specific periods. So next configuration is chart of accounts. Before we move to the next configuration, so anyone having any questions regarding this functionality?
Yes, I have one question here.
Yes, please.
Special posting periods. normally when do we use the special posting period? I mean to say to post the transaction into previous financial year.
Correct. Always for balance sheet, year-end closing adjustments.
Okay, after completion of
after closing the financial year.
Okay.
Okay, so here all the 12 periods, if we close, so then we realize that there are some of the adjustment entries that we need to post at the 14th or 15th period, special period. So in that case, to which special period we need to post the entries, and for like how the balances will be updated.
So let's say we wanted to post in the month of December. It doesn't mean that we allow the users to post across the periods in special periods. Always it is in the month of let's say you are following the Jan to December. Okay. So we ask, let's say you are in the month of, you already closed your financial year Jan to December. You are in the month of January. Okay. January, what is the special period?
13.
So the user will post in the 13th period. Okay, period you will specify the 13 and the posting date you would specify the December month. So posting date should be previous year date. It is not in the current year. Okay, let's say you are trying to post the balance sheet adjustment entries for the year of 2022. What you have to keep, posting date should be December of 2022. So you are trying to post in the month of January, that is the 13th special period.
Yeah.
Here there are two conditions. Okay, posting date should always be the previous financial year. Okay. Alright, so let's say the user is trying to post in the month of February, not in January, in February. Let's say what is the special period in February you consider?
14.
So what is the posting date you have to specify? December. So we will not entertain the users. Let's say if user will come and ask, I wanted to post in the month of June. No. Okay. Always posting date should be last period of the financial year. Sometimes users will come. So if you allow such controls, they'll come and we wanted to post in the month of January. No, it is not that entertainment. We won't entertain the users for the more than one period of the financial year to post the adjustment entries, because adjustment entries, when it will arise is after closing your financial year. So that means the users or the business must have to post last period of the financial year. Right?
Got it.
All right. Any other questions?
Yeah, you told about intervals, right?
Yes.
I want to know what type of intervals we have.
Sir, can you come again, madam?
Intervals. Two intervals you told.
Here, from period, you can see right screen, from period 1 and 2 period, from period 2. So this is called, from period 1 is called as a one interval. So that means here, so this from period 1, we use to control the normal posting periods. That means day-to-day transactions, let's say normal posting periods would be 12. Okay, so whereas from period 2, this can be called as a second interval. So this second interval is used to control the special posting periods.
I think your screen get freezed. You're showing SAP.
Okay, so hope everyone will see my screen, right?
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Alright. So what I was trying to say that from period 1, here you can see from period 1 and from period 2. From period 1 can be called as a one interval. So that means here from 2 period you have to specify, and here also you must have to specify. And from period 2 you can see here, this is the second interval. This second interval So what we say that it is used to control the special posting periods. These are the two intervals what I was trying to say that.
Okay, thanks.
All right. So next configuration is chart of accounts. Chart of accounts. Okay. So chart of accounts also is defined at client level, is defined at client, would say that global level, okay. Same chart of accounts, can be assigned to multiple company codes, okay, subject to all company codes, having similar nature of the business or similar nature of operations. Okay. So chart of accounts, it represents index of your GL accounts. Okay. Chart of accounts, okay, it represents index of the GL accounts. Index or list of GL accounts. List of GL accounts. All GL accounts we maintain under the chart of accounts. Okay. So there are three types of the chart of accounts. There are three types of chart of accounts. So one, I would say that operational chart of accounts, country specific chart of accounts, or this can also be called, operational chart of accounts can also be called as primary chart of accounts. Primary chart of accounts. Okay. So second one is country specific chart of accounts. Country specific chart of accounts. So can also be called alternative accounts. Alternative chart of alternative accounts or chart of accounts. Okay. So the third one is group chart of accounts. Group chart of accounts. Group chart of So here, so primary chart of accounts are used, let's say, so very important concept. COA, chart of accounts. Chart of accounts. Say that. Okay. So one is primary. Primary COA. So then country COA, country specific, and group chart of accounts. Group chart of accounts. Okay. Primary chart of accounts are used primary chart of accounts or operational chart of accounts. We can also say that operational chart of accounts. Okay. So primary chart of accounts used to record day-to-day transactions. Day-to-day transactions. Okay. So primary chart of accounts is mandatory. Primary chart of accounts is mandatory among three chart of accounts. Three COA chart of accounts. Okay. So data will flow from the chart of accounts from the data will flow from the primary chart of accounts to group and country specific chart of accounts. Country specific chart of accounts. So this primary chart of accounts, as we call it as operational chart of accounts, it is mandatory, okay, among three chart of accounts, country and group chart of accounts. Country specific chart of accounts and group chart of accounts are optional. Okay. So why we require country specific chart of accounts? So that we will understand. So the data will flow from the primary chart of accounts to group chart of accounts and as well country specific chart of accounts. All GL accounts will maintain under the primary chart of accounts. Okay. Primary chart of accounts will have chart of account segment data, chart of accounts, segment data, and company codes segment data. Company code segment data. So, whereas we'll talk about country chart of accounts, country specific chart of accounts. So, this is about primary chart of accounts, whereas country specific chart of accounts. Country specific chart of accounts. Okay. So, country specific chart of accounts are used country specific chart of accounts are used to address the specific legal requirements. Legal requirements. Okay. To address the specific legal requirements. Let's say, so as per the local accounting principles, or let's say if in India we do not have such requirement, but as per the tax authorities, so they wanted to prepare or they wanted to follow the different accounting standards, okay, for treatment of the inventory valuation. Of course, even in India also we have that. Okay, so where you wanted to address that tax reporting authorities requirement as per the accounting standards. Okay, so we must have to prepare our financial statements as per the local regulators. Or let's say in some of the company code, in some of the, the one of the project where I have worked, so they wanted to publish, they have to publish their financial statement in the local language. Okay, this I have seen that in the Korean. So where the South Korea or North Korean, so their financial statement should also be prepared in the local language. So how do you address that requirement? Okay, so what we do, we prepare and we create the country specific chart of account. Chart of accounts nothing but it is index of the GL account or the list of the GL accounts. Okay, we will understand what is the GL account afterwards. Okay, so to address that specific local or the legal requirement, okay, we have to have country specific chart of accounts. Okay, so having the country specific chart of accounts are optional. Country specific EOA are optional. Okay, so country specific chart of accounts, country specific chart of accounts will have only chart of account segment data. Chart of account segment data. Okay. So we need to assign country specific chart of account, country specific chart of accounts against primary GL accounts. Primary chart of accounts, GL accounts, GL. Okay. So not possible to post data directly against country specific chart of accounts. Country specific chart of accounts. Okay. So data will flow from the primary chart of accounts to primary chart of accounts to country specific chart of accounts. Country specific chart of accounts. Okay. So because we assign for each country specific chart of account against primary GL account. Okay. In the GL master data, still we have not touched GL master data. We don't know anything. Just for our knowledge purpose, we will understand whatever we have noted down here. So while we are going to create the chart of accounts, we will understand where we will assign the country specific chart of accounts. In the GL master data, in company code segment data, in company code segment data, we will assign alternative account against primary GL account. Primary GL account. Okay. So we cannot assign one alternative account okay, more than one. We cannot assign one alternative account more than one primary chart of accounts. That means 1:1. Okay. 1:1. This is the alternative account. Say one alternative account. Let's say whatever you have primary GL account, same list of the country specific chart of accounts you have to define and you have to assign. Okay. So 1:1 ratio when you talk about country specific chart of accounts. Whereas group chart of accounts, why we require group chart of accounts? What is a group chart of accounts? So among three chart of accounts, what we need to understand here, what is the mandatory one? Primary chart of account. Since all day-to-day transactions which are happening or which takes place, we will record and report and analyze and extract from the primary chart of accounts. Whereas, how do we extract the data from the country specific chart of accounts? So data not possible to post directly against the country specific chart of accounts. So data will flow from the primary chart of accounts to the country specific chart of accounts. So the country specific chart of accounts is meant for to address the specific legal requirements, country specific legal requirements. Similarly, we will understand group chart of accounts. Group chart of accounts. So, group chart of accounts are used for the consolidation purpose. Group chart of accounts are used for consolidation purpose. Consolidation purpose. It is also having group chart of accounts is also optional. Having group chart of accounts is optional. Okay. So if unless until business wanted to prepare consolidated chart of accounts or group consolidated financial statements, okay, so then only it is required. Okay. So not possible to post data against directly against group chart of accounts. Group chart of accounts. So data will flow from the primary chart of accounts to group chart of accounts. Similarly, like country specific chart of accounts. Chart of accounts. So we can assign one group GL account for more than one primary GL accounts. Unlike country specific chart of account is 1:1. But whereas here 1:1 is possible, 1:n also possible. 1:n also possible. One group GL account, okay, one group account number can be assigned for multiple primary chart of accounts. Okay, so in GL master data, in chart of account segment data, we will assign in chart of accounts segment data, we will assign group account number or GL account against primary chart of GL accounts. Okay. So group GL account will have only chart of accounts segment data. Okay. So here more we have discussed uncertain things because you don't know what is GL master data, what is chart of account segment data, what is company code segment data. Okay, but more or less we discussed about. Okay, so three functionalities of chart of accounts. Okay, chart of accounts nothing but it's a list of the GL accounts, all your GL accounts. Okay, so we are going to define under the chart of accounts. So there are three types of the chart of accounts. So as we know that this chart of accounts is also defined at client or the global level. So what we understand, we can assign same chart of accounts to multiple company codes. So and understanding is that business having the same operations across all the company codes. Let's say your one company code, let's say you have three company codes. One company code is in pharma, another company code is in oil and gas industry. Is it possible to assign same chart of a same list of GL accounts? No, their operations completely different. In such a case, we create the separate chart of accounts and we will assign. Okay, let's say your pharma or your oil and gas industry are the companies, you are having 10 company codes in India. In such a case, we don't require to create separate chart of accounts and assign to all company codes. We can assign same chart of accounts for all 10 company codes, subject to same nature of the business. Okay, these questions you will get when you go to the interview. Okay, we must have to justify ourselves while we are answering. So what is the chart of accounts? How many chart of accounts? And what is group chart of accounts? What is group chart of accounts? When country specific chart of accounts, how data it will flow, where you will assign. These are all the cross questions you will get when you go to the interview. Okay, so we must be comfortable by the time we complete the configuration, by the time we create the GL accounts. So this is the functionality of the chart of accounts. Okay, chart of accounts nothing but list of the GL accounts. Okay, so So there are all chart of GL accounts you are going to define under the chart of accounts. So there are three types of the chart of accounts, namely operational or primary, and group chart of accounts, and country specific chart of accounts. Of three chart of accounts, which one is mandatory? Primary chart of accounts or the operational chart of accounts is mandatory because we use that to record day-to-day transactions. Okay, country-specific chart of accounts, unless it is required to address the local, the legal requirement, we don't require to have country-specific chart of accounts. Let's say if India regulators has made it mandatory for that specific country, company code, so we have to prepare or we have to create country-specific chart of accounts. Okay. Similarly, group chart of accounts, until you would need a business would need it to prepare the consolidated financial statements. Okay. So not required. Okay. It is not mandatory. I would say that. To say that country specific chart of accounts, it is specific to address the specific legal requirements or country specific requirements, whereas group it is meant for consolidation purpose. Okay, but whereas unlike this country specific and group chart of accounts, primary chart of accounts is mandatory. So as we use to record all day-to-day transactions under the primary chart of accounts or primary chart of accounts or the GL accounts, what we can say that. Okay, so in the next class we will continue the configuration. Okay, we will see where primary GL accounts are going to be configured and the country specific chart of accounts is going to be configured, and similarly group chart of accounts is going to be configured. Okay, so we will continue configuration in the next class. Okay, before we wind up this session, so anyone have any questions and doubts?
No, I'm clear.
Okay, so just go through and read one time so you will understand. Okay, by the time we go to the configuration, so very important chart of accounts. Okay, at each end of the enterprise structure, let's say we complete the enterprise structure, so we prepare the list of the interview questions. Okay, so one must be in a position to answer functionality. So it doesn't mean that go and read and tell the answer. You must be able to understand the functionality, SAP functionality. So what we are training here is understanding the application. It is not a coding, it is not by hard work. You must understand the application, how it works. Alright guys, any questions from anyone? Okay, don't hesitate to raise your questions. So it is the time to clarify your doubts, whatever the doubt. Maybe it is, basics. Maybe you feel that I may not ask. You can ask any question. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. So then we'll meet in the next session tomorrow at as usual timings. Okay. Have a nice day to all of you.